It is time for some daily geography, movie, and sports trivia. We're just going to start here with the Flaggle and see where we go from there with the ones to do every day. And let's take it away with our first guess for Flaggle. Kind of randomly go down the list here and just pick one to start off with. Let's go with maybe Iran today. I'm feeling maybe Iran, a good central point there. So we're about way off here. Is that Spain? Or yeah, there we go. We got Spain right away. So pretty simple there with the red and the yellow, kind of big giveaway, even without the big crest there to work with. So we got Spain. All right, on to the global. So this one is a country in the world. We got to pick somewhere in the world here. We'll just start off with, let's go with Iran again. Kind of a good central point there. So we're closer here. This one's in miles. So if we go any direction from Iran, about 1,000 miles. Let's go maybe towards Africa first. So I'm gonna just put in maybe Morocco. See where that goes. Then we're cooler, so that's not even anywhere close. Let's go the other way. Let's go to maybe Vietnam, and that's even cooler there. So we're probably north or south here. I'm gonna guess Norway. Let's go Northern Europe here. All right, so it's south. So we've narrowed it down, 3 guesses, and we got the direction finally. So best of 4. Let's guess maybe, I'm gonna guess Somalia. And if I click on the box, it might help. All right, it is adjacent to Somalia. So we've got either Ethiopia. There we go, Ethiopia. So that was the guess there. So a little bit of trial and error there, getting kind of all 3 other directions before we got the right one, but that's how it's done sometimes. And this one right here, I recognize this shape, but I'm just drawing a blank. It's kind of, if you look back at Ethiopia here, it's got that kind of shape here on the east side. This one has a similar shape on the west side. So as you can see, I do have a little bit of it. If I fall back on my cheat sheet here, I do have the Google Maps up with everywhere, but I'm thinking, is that somewhere in South America? No, it's it might be another African country. Oh yes, I think we got Zimbabwe down here, right? Yeah, Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe, yeah, kind of just the really almost a mirror image in some ways of Ethiopia, just in terms of shape there. So kind of interesting. All right, we got one of our rectangular states here. Is this Wyoming? I think it's Wyoming. And no, I'm wrong. Is it Colorado then? They're very similar in shape. Yes, Colorado, Wyoming. They're basically the same exact thing, almost. So there we have Colorado. All right, on to the where taken. This one's the United States. There's also a country one as well. And let's see, where are we in the United States here? We got some coastal area. I'm thinking it might be, I'm making a video. You want to say hi? No? You're shy all of a sudden? No, I'm making a video using the microphone. Is that okay? All right. Billy's he is allowed me to make the video with his permission. All right, back to the country, or back to the state here. We've got someone's in their Jeep. This might be like, sometimes there are, we got DC on here, so it's not technically all states. This might be Puerto Rico. I think we had it a couple days ago, so it might not be Puerto Rico, but we're close by. It's probably U.S. Virgin Islands. So Virgin Islands. That's our next guess there, and that is correct. All right, Virgin Islands. Now for the world here, I'm looking at probably somewhere just with the clay soil here. Definitely looking like somewhere in Africa. We got some palm trees, so a tropical area of Africa, maybe near the equator. I'm going to go Cameroon first. Let's just go Cameroon. Not too far off. Definitely on the west coast here of Africa. So let's guess maybe Sierra Leone. And that's closer, but not close enough. Maybe Guinea-Bissau. And bullseye. There we go, Guinea-Bissau. All right, this one's a movie, and I'm also drawing a blank here. This, they've done a lot of these. I've done probably over at least 400. This might not be all the ones I've ever done. So they've done a lot of these. So some movies now might be a little more obscure. Some I haven't seen. What you can do is, well, you can just skip. So you can see a couple more here. We've got the Cliffs of Dover here. Is this, oh yes, King Henry the Fifth. Is that not on here? Or not King Henry, wait, no, yeah. gonna be King Henry V, but let's see if I can pull it up. Go back up to the top here. There you go. Just Henry V. That's right. Very good speech here. I forget the actor's name here, but he's been in like Dunkirk as well. He's a very good actor, British actor, of course. But yeah, very stirring scene. It's based on a Shakespeare play called Henry V. And I just didn't recognize the early parts there. I don't think I've actually seen the whole movie altogether. I have seen this couple scenes here towards the end, so that's why I was throwing me off a little bit, but we got that one. For the pickle, now we're into sports, the world of sports here, so I can get rid of my map. Do have a little cheat sheet here for this. So we've got a starting pitcher, NL Central, so it can't be anywhere in the National League. So the Phillies, the Brewers, Dodgers, they're all out. Can't be the AL Central either, because that would be yellow if it was the AL Central. So it's got to be either the West or the East of the American League. And it's a starting pitcher. And the age sometimes a big help there. This is not 34. So it might be someone who is close to 40, or it might be someone who is much younger. So it's not going to be anywhere near 34 there. And we have an interesting, so they're a lefty pitcher, but then they bat right-handed. That's sometimes a little bit of a hint. Let's go ahead, and we got a lefty from either the West or the East. I'm going to go with, let's see, no pitchers are coming to mind right now for lefties. I'm going to go with the Rangers. They still have, what's his name? Yeah, Andrew Heaney. No, he's a lefty, so he wouldn't be him. But you know what? Let's just guess. So we're in the AL West there, so we can pull up these teams minus the Rangers. Let me just exit out of that one. So we're down to these four. I usually go to 40-man roster. The age was also not a really good narrowing down either. We were too close to 34 there. So it helps a little bit, but honestly not much. Let's go with, so a lefty throwing and righty batting. This is a pretty rare combo. I think the rarest one is lefty throwing and righty batting, but this is the second least common one. All right, so Alex Wood, yeah, too close to the age there. Sean Newcomb, is it Sears? Yeah, it could be Sears on the Athletics here. And there you go, Sears. So pretty simple one today. Didn't require a whole lot of research there. JP Sears is our winner. All right, now we got the Draftle and the Wordle. I usually Draftle first. I feel like it's easier. You don't have to go through as many websites here. But we'll just do a random guess here to start off. Let's go with, I usually kind of pick different points on the scroll here. So I'm going to go toward the top today. I usually kind of scroll way down. Let's go Brandon Cooks. So we do have a first round pick, more recent than 2014 by a long shot. And that's nothing. It's got to be an AFC team or player who drafted them originally. So maybe we'll go back to like 2020 here. First round, it's going to be an offensive player, but not a wide receiver. The next part, the hard one that we do after the normal one, can be a defensive player, or it could be a special teams player too. So it'll tell you. But this one has to be an offensive player. I mean, let's go like, I don't know, Tua Tagovailoa. Quarterback, and we're in 2020, so it's actually going to be, that's Joe Burrow, right? Yeah, Burrow. Same year. There we go. So Joe Burrow. All right, this is the hard one, so let's do a random one. I'm going to go back up to the top again. Let's go with, sometimes it's an offensive player again. A lot of times a defensive player. It's more of an obscure player. And you have more guesses here. You have 2 more guesses. You can go out of 10 total guesses. Let's just go with the guy like, let's see, Brent Urban. I don't know, defensive lineman for the Ravens. So it's going to be an NFC player this time. And it's either going to be third round or second round. Probably not a first round, because I think that's going to be 2 rounds close to it. So this is fourth. It's going to be the third or second. But let's go 2020 again. Let's just take that. And it's a defensive player, but not a defensive lineman. Might be a safety. Let's go with Xavier McKinney. That's going to fill our NFC requirement there. And there we go. We got Alabama, same year, same round. So we got another Alabama player here. And it's going to be higher up. So let's go with Alabama. Is it Trayvon Diggs? Diggs it is. Let's get the right one. Trayvon. There we go. So that's the Draftle. Pretty simple a lot of times. The Wordle sometimes can take a little bit longer, I have found. So I got to pull up the list here. Let's go down to the bottom here. I think Kelsey was a couple days ago, so it won't be him again, most likely. Let's go Tony Pollard. So we got a running back in the NFC. Let's just go with, I'm thinking David Montgomery. So at the right height there, a little older, so a little bit more of an aged running back here. Someone's been around a while. In the NFCs, it's going to be East, South, or West. Let's look into, let's see, NFC East. Saquon Barkley is not that old yet. I have no idea who the Giants running back is. Let's I mean, just for giggles, let's see. Who do they have as a running back? That's right, Singletary. They got Singletary. We wish them the best with that in their 2024 season. They'll, I'm sure, do a fantastic job. Let's go with the... Who has... I mean, Alvin Kamara's not even that old either. Is it James Conner? I think it's James Conner, right? No, but we are in the NFC West here. Who's another aging? Is it McCaffrey, I guess? Yeah, McCaffrey. He's 28. So there's our normal. Let's go to the hard one here. This one can also be a defensive player or a special teams player. Kenny McIntosh, and not even close. Nothing relevant, but hey, sometimes when you miss everything, it still narrows it down a little bit. So we're in AFC. We're with either, it could be a defensive player or it could be a special teams player too. So we'll go defensive player because there's more to, it will be more the possibility of them being a defensive player. There's just fewer special teams players because I think special teams players is only going to be like kicker or punter. Usually, I don't think there's anything else. I've never seen a long snapper, but that would be interesting. If you know your long snappers around the NFL, kudos to you. I do not. Let's go with some defensive player. This is where I'll pull up the rosters, and what I'll honestly do sometimes is pull every single one. If I narrow it down with one division out, it helps because I don't have to open up as many tabs. But this one, let's do the whole AFC from coast to coast. We'll just open up every single AFC team, and then let's just close out this one because we know it's going to be one of these. So we'll start with the Bills here. Defensive player with the Bills. I'm thinking like a defensive tackle, or let's go with like Ed Oliver. All right, yeah, defensive lineman, but he's got to be like in the 70 for jersey number or something like that. So let's get rid of the AFC East here. What I'll do for tabs here, I'll shift and we'll just select everything in between so I can get rid of a whole division there. On to the AFC North, we got defensive line. Like a nose tackle. I mean, this guy, like Michael Pierce, he's number 58. Thinking it could be something like that, just a big outlier, and yeah, it's even below that. So defensive lineman, that's probably in the 40, maybe lower 50 range. Got an age indicator here too. That helps a little bit. Still got 7 guesses left. So let's go with the Texans here. And it's be up here. But yeah, defensive player. Maybe Will Anderson Jr. Houston. All right, so we can get rid of all of these. All right, so it is in the 50 range there. And is it Daniel Hunter? Let me spell it right. Daniel Hunter. All right, so that's how we do those. All right, a couple more here. We've got, I've already done the episode. This is once per week they do a TV show. So this one was Yellow Jackets. I've not seen Yellow Jackets, but I think I've heard of it. And this actress is in the Fallout series as well, which is okay, I guess. But anyway, I saw the Yellow Jackets. That's kind of how I knew that. Even though I hadn't seen the show, I kind of have heard about it. So I got on the last guest there on the on my phone, I guess. Because what I do too is I usually do it on my computer here if I'm at home. If not, I'll do it on my phone. Usually my phone is my I do that on there every day on my phone because sometimes if I'm on a vacation or something, I won't be at my computer here, so I'll do it on my phone as a way to keep up with that. We'll do the sports ones later, but let's do the time guess. This one's a little bit different. This one is a very fun game to play. I enjoy it a lot. So we've got a picture here from somewhere in time and around the world all the time. Let's see, UC San Diego, so that's where they went to school, but it looks like we're somewhere with NASA, of course. This is during the Trump presidency, so we've got probably, 2016, 2017. Mission Control Center. Do we get a date here? We've got nothing of a date that I can see. There's got to be a date somewhere. This is Mission Control. They've got to have something here. Is it the time? Just give me a time of year. Liberty Flight. Is that in Pennsylvania? Not high enough resolution to see the time and the date on their computer screen. But yeah, you can kind of, they provide some pretty good quality pictures here. I'm not sure if I can go with anything else, but yeah, we're mission control, so it's got to be like, is it Houston? We'll go Houston here. And I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, it's got to be, we'll just guess like 2018. Just to get a nice little middle ground there. No, it doesn't show 2017. All right, 2017, spot on, and Houston. There we go. So you get your total score here, the year, and then your location. So it was more on the southeast side of Boston, there near Pasadena and League City, Texas. So right on the coast, near Galveston. And then there's your score. So you get 5 rounds of this, and you also get a little background of the story here behind the picture too. It also kind of helps too to get the source where they found it from. So it's kind of a neat game. We'll play the rounds here. All right, so we've got somewhere in Europe, Moulin Lounge. So this might be Paris, I guess. Looks like we got some French here. Yeah, Paris. So it is definitely Paris. Time frame though, you got cars, you got clothing. Sometimes look at advertising. Sometimes gives you a clue. So we're gonna guess. Yeah, we're definitely in Paris. And the only time I've been thrown off with this is one time we had the Eiffel Tower. And it was actually the replica Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas. So I don't think this is it, though. That's not the case here. So we'll go with Paris, France. I don't know, somewhere over here. Just I'm not sure exactly where. But for the year, I'm thinking like this might be just post-war France. So I'm thinking like maybe like 45, 46. This might be post-World War II. Let's go 1946. And no, 39 was pre-war, so I was off by 7 years there. Lost a little bit of that, but location pretty much immaculate, so pretty good stuff there. All right, this one, we've got an Italian cafe. Is this in Italy? Lavacara. It's either going to be, let's see, they got, it's like almost like a outdoor kind of bazaar or a a mall type area. Lots of fresh fruit and vegetables. You see people bringing in some stuff to sell, people buying, people bringing in some stuff to carry all their goods. We got plastic bags here, so we're probably in the, I would say late 90s, it looks like, just by looking at the clothing. Maybe early 2000s. It could be that too. But we'll guess probably maybe like 2000, maybe 1999. It's like, it might be just the year 2000. We'll go 2000. But I'm going to say San Joseph. This is like a Catalana. So is that going to be northern Italy? I'm pretty sure. We'll just guess somewhere over here. Maybe like near like Milan or something. I don't know. And no, it was Spain. I was worried it was Spain too. So Barcelona in 1997. So we were pretty good with the year there. I thought it was maybe 2000s, but it was, my gut there was late 90s. All right, we got 2 more here. We've got, unsure of the language there. It might be, let's see here. Bonbon. Is this France again? Platform. I think this is like Scandinavia. This is German, maybe. It might be like Denmark or something. Because Carl, that's going to be a Swedish or Denmark, a Danish kind of thing. Year, can't really say for sure, but I think we're definitely in the 30s. I'm going to guess like, this might be like Great Depression era. It might be like 35 or something like that. And we're just going to guess Copenhagen, Denmark, which is right over here in a train station somewhere. And it was in Sweden. Yep, Sweden. In 1970, so I was so far off. I got 0 points for the year there. Oh, not a good showing. Yeah, really, I'm not sure what you could look at for 1970 there. That is a tough one. That is one of the toughest I've ever seen on this game. All right, finishing off here, we are back in the United States. It looks like we've got stuff in English. We've got a store here. some good clothing to see and cars to see. Get a good time frame for the year. But here, I think this is going to be the biggest thing here. So Roosevelt Gardner for re-election. This is going to be one of Franklin Delano Roosevelt's re-election campaigns. So we're looking at, it's going to be like 40 maybe 1940, I think. Or is it going to be 36? It might be one of those. I don't think it's during. Is it 44? So let's, I mean, if it was 44, so I say that a year here. Sometimes you have the year and the date just right in the front and center. It makes it super easy. This one, not going to get that. So let's go with location too. I'm really stumped here. We got Labor Temple. We got Irene's Beauty Salon. It's not like a big city. It's not New York. Johnson's Soda and Candy. We're gonna guess 40, and we're gonna, because I'm guessing like mid-Great Depression. It's got to be like right in the thick of it, which is 1940. They do not forget their friends. They're talking about all the stuff they've done for textile workers to help and boost the economy, try to get people help. It's something like that. But for the location, I'm really drawing a huge blank here. I'm gonna guess like Chicago. This is like Chicago for me. And nope, it was New Hampshire. That was a tough one, but 36. So it was that one before I was thinking. So yeah, right in the early to mid part of the Great Depression there in 1936. And the final score, not too bad for the first go around. Leaderboard's probably people have done it multiple times. So there's another one that I kind of like to do there, the time guesser. And we'll hit play again, and we'll do that maybe again tomorrow. There's 3 left here that I kind of like to do sometimes too. These ones can be very tricky sometimes. I don't usually finish them, but we got the Nationals here, so I think I can do this row at least. So for Nationals, for that one, we're going to go Max Scherzer for the Tigers. That's a big one there. 300 plus career home runs. That's going to be... Did Zimmerman hit that many home runs? I don't think he did. This includes, though, people who were in the franchise. So I'm going to guess Vladimir Guerrero Sr., and since he was an Expo, that's going to come up. Yep. For Indians, or I guess Guardians, sorry. Guardians franchise, Cleveland baseball. Let's go with, who is a person who played on both? That's going to be, yeah, I'm drawing a real big blank there. Let's try to do some others here. So for Cubs, Ryan Sandberg, did he hit 300 home runs? No, he did not. Oof. Less than 300 home runs. We had at least like 270 or something like that. He was close. For White Sox, I'm going to go Frank Thomas. Can't go wrong with the big hurt. For Cubs, I mean, you got Ernie Banks. He had a lot of home runs. He had 500 home runs. White Sox. Cubs, Tigers. I should know this is the last National. I should know one Cleveland and Washington player. Yan Gomes. It's going to be Yan Gomes, the catcher. If I can spell it right. Yes, Yan Gomes. There we go. I need to get all the Nationals. I know that pretty good. I should be solid there. And I was. Let's go with the football one. So we got Commanders. 300 passing yards in the season. Let's go Kirk Cousins. It's going to be a popular one, of course. Colts. And Commanders. Cardinals, Commanders. Oof, I am not sure. Defensive players, maybe. These ones, I usually can't get them right away. I might come back to it throughout the day and kind of, pick some more of these as as the hours continue, but these are definitely the most challenging ones. I definitely don't put a whole lot of effort into them because it would just be a big chunk of time there. But we got the hockey one. I think I refreshed this, so we're good. If you don't refresh it sometimes, it doesn't show the new one. So let's see, 3+ goals, a single playoff. That's going to be Patrick Marleau. We'll go with him. For the Jets, that's, got guy who I have one of his Young Guns rookie cards. Who's the young guy they have now, or the big goal scorer? You know, I'm just gonna guess from their previous franchise, from the Atlanta Thrashers, Ilya Kovalchuk. And oh no, they're not gonna classify that. I guess. Okay, maybe not. Maybe he might not have scored 3 playoff goals. I guess. Scored a lot in the regular season, but they also didn't make the playoffs a lot, so that might be. It's one of the Sedins. We'll go with Daniel Sedin there. Now for some players who are on multiple teams here. Yeah, these are pretty tough. I should get this one though. It's what's his name? Let's go with. Where's my hockey reference? I'm drawing a blank on this guy, but he scored a ton of goals this year. He was their lead. Yeah, Kyle Connor. There we go. So yeah, there are the I call them Wordle spinoffs. They're kind of all based off of that, but you got the geography ones, you got the movie, and then a lot of sports there with the time guests are thrown in too. So kind of fun stuff to do every day. Keeps your brain going and thinking, and then when you don't know it, you gotta fall back on the little cheat sheets here that I have bookmarked and ready to go on the daily. So that's a little slice of the daily Wordle spinoffs that I do. Thank you for listening in and enjoying that. I hope you had a little bit of fun with that like I did, and I will see you next time.